Welcome to HICGI News Agency.
HICGI News Agency Live. Welcome. Agency. HICGI News Agency.
This is HICGI News Agency.
News Agency. This is HICGI News Agency.
News Agency Live.
We are live. HICGI News Agency. This is HICGI News Agency.
times. I call him president because he was a president of the Youth Coalition for Sustainable Development Goals under the office of the Prime Minister, though his tenure ended and he's so much involved in his private work that is attracting the attention of the international community. Today he has hosted the ambassador of Algeria, His Excellency Mourad, here at one of his facilities in Rubaga. Please tell us this receiving of the ambassador and what transpired today.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you very much, Ernest. You know, it has been a very interesting journey
Yes,
through which we have moved from Azerbaijan,
absolutely.
from the Sustainable Development Goals
You give me some manats in Azerbaijan.
in Azerbaijan. So
manats are currencies
for in Azerbaijan. So when they kept asking us how much were you going to pay, and we could not mention the currency because you know cultures are different.
Yes,
But like you had given an introduction to the viewers and to the listeners, indeed it has been a journey. When I was president of the Youth Coalition for SDGs, I was representing an organization or a platform called AgroFresh Uganda. You know, we are supposed to be clustered. We are clustered in different contributions we are having to create towards the agenda. So I was in SDG 2.
SDG 2.
Yeah, that was Zero Hunger.
Zero hunger.
And AgroFresh is a product under Flobeth Holdings Limited. Now, Flobeth Holdings is a holding company that has operations in agriculture and tourism. So in agriculture, we specifically run that national initiative, which is AgroFresh Uganda. Now, this is a digital marketplace. We'll talk about digital markets, or what is a marketplace. We have managed to give a safe space. You remember during 2020 when we had our interview last time about the COVID, how COVID hit us. This was the birth of this digital solution. Remember, there was no movement of people, but there should have been movement of food. So food was moving, and you could have to order. You know, your border man was no longer moving. You know what? So we managed to put up this platform for people to connect to their marketplaces with that lady who sells food at the market, the farmers to be able to access also the market areas, and then we could coordinate that movement and have logistics arranged, pick up the food, bring in the storage space. In this case, at that moment we were working strongly with the local markets. That is Nakawa, Nakasero, Chaliwajala market. We had different marketplaces that we had worked with.
Yes.
Now, today's visit of the ambassador gives us confidence.
Yes.
As an initiative that is trying to market Uganda, implementing there's a very interesting doctrine that people need to interest themselves with. That doctrine has a very interesting title called "Who and Where is the Farmer in the Power Relations of the Agriculture Sector in Uganda." That doctrine has given us a roadmap. Where do you find that farmer? Who is that farmer? Because as long as we are not answering certain questions, we shall have issues like inconsistency in supply. Because you don't, the farmer is the primary production. Like in a factory where you have machinery that is going to do production, the farmer is the primary production phase of the agriculture sector. But in these boardrooms, we don't have the farmer represented. I know we have an apex body, which is, I think, the Uganda National Farmers Federation. It has done quite interesting work up to district level, so you can locate and identify a farmer. However, after locating and identifying the farmer, who has produced their pineapples, their coffee, their whatever, they keep asking one question: market. So which brings us to a setting of 6 and 9 situation. The farmer is saying there's no market, but the market is saying there is no produce.
So who should we believe?
So that's the 6 and 9 I told you. Here where I'm seated, I see a 9.
Okay.
But where you're seated, you
It's
see a
six.
6. So what I'm requesting you, Mr. Ernest, to come on my side. We see the 9 together.
I see.
Then I also come on your side, and we see the 6 together.
Absolutely.
So that's why I told you the chapter 8 conversation is the implementation of the logistics and industrial hub. Now, what would be the objectives to create, for example, creating market-driven agriculture chains? Today we've hosted the ambassador of Algeria to Uganda, but you know, if you check the Ministry of Agriculture report of last month, it was clearly speculating that Algeria is number 7 on the national exporters.
Yes.
Like the ones who import our coffee from their countries, or where we export our coffee.
Yes.
Algeria is number 7.
It's number 7.
So anybody who could understand the conversation around that is that if you've been in conversation with the 7th country that is importing our produce, it means our target is to make it the first. If they did 22,000 metric tons last month, as of last month, or the whole of what you're talking about, as the Ministry of Agriculture says, our target would be to tenfold that number. Because as the government of Uganda is giving us a direction in the new term of office, they're saying that we need to do, it's a 500 billion economy that is doing what? That we are building here in the next 10 years.
The next 10
so
years.
Everything we are doing must be tenfold. So if we are exporting 20,000 metric tons, in the next 10 years, we must be able to have, to be exporting 20,000 times 10.
Wow.
That's why we are beginning these conversations early. To give that market assurance and confidence, they need to come and see where their product is coming from. You talked about the EU compliance.
Yes.
We have been in the sector for over maybe a decade plus, and we have seen government giving interventions. Operation Wealth Creation, Emioga, PDM is here. They are giving certain inputs to the farmer. So we have already mapped out where we can consistently get these products.
Bulungi nnyo nnyini ddala ate nga ba Cable International Group bakulambuza Africa okutuusaako mu game parks ez'enjawulo okukyalira obutonde ebibuga n'ebifo ebirala n'abayagala okufuna obujjanjabi obusukka emitala w'amayanja okusoma oba okwetaba mu conferences okwetoola ensonda byonna babirina. Ayagala air tickets ku miwendo emirungi bakyaliko ku ofiisi yabwe oli Namasuba bakulambike oba ku mutimbagano ogwa www.cableinternationalgroup.com. osobola n'okuba ku namba zaabwe oba WhatsApp noti 77373556 noti 77373556 noti 2 noti 933556 bakwesunze ye Cable International Group. Let's travel.
We have also seen the area of agro-processors coming in. Yes. The ones who have the machines, the cooperatives, the unions, even individuals. We talked about building an ecosystem, a value chain that has representation at both vertical and horizontal. That's what we are trying to build here. Because if we don't have that, then we shall not have effective flow of the produce. If the market desires to have 20,000 metric tons, it means you must go back on where you're going to get the raw material of that are the seedlings.
Seedlings.
Are the coffee trees out there? Have you done a coffee census, a coffee tree census? Because we need to know, are we in capacity to produce or to give the companies around, the machinery people who have owned this, who have gone out of their way to buy and own this machinery?
Yes.
So today where the ambassador came is a hub that combines all that conversation. In the hub, we have finance, we have certification, we have quality assurance, we have exit services, we have research, we have tax collection, we have the input supply, we have transportation, trading, branding, and marketing. You saw we showed him the cocoa that we have been the last consignment. It has produce of Uganda. That's the marketing part. So we must know that what we're taking out of the country it is branded and it is marked. And it is coded.
Wow.
We know where it has come from. And if this is cocoa from Bodibujo, we shall know. If it is cocoa from Mbale or from wherever, we shall know. So that is what we have tried to build here. So we are looking at, I know models have been there, private-public partnerships, JVs. Yeah, we are here to explore not a new, but it's an innovative model. It is public-private community partnerships. So that is a PPCP.
Wow.
You asked previously, or the ambassador asked that now, look, for example, we have this milk value chain. We flagged off, His Excellency flagged off the fleet.
I saw that.
Yeah. And business is moving on, was moving on, is going to move on. That's a conversation for another day. But was the community, the dairy farmer, the other gentleman who has 2, 10, 5 Frisians included in this conversation? Because for you to achieve the demand of the export market, that farmer must know. He must know that the produce going into the market is for foreign markets. So we have created that model here.
Yes.
Trainings, we give out, literature for people to understand. And soon we shall be giving out that literature. Soon we shall be coming up with how can we be able to, for the farmer to identify himself, he needs to know about themselves. So we shall give them that literature. So the hub is operationalizing already. We are now on a strategy of 2026 to 2030, where we are looking at regional hubs. Now here we're in Central Region. Before you know it, we'll be here. There's another hub in the Eastern Region, Northern Region. But we have begun with a proof of concept at the Central Region. So here we are really open to giving out roles and responsibilities. So we are still work in progress, under maybe a joint partnership, maybe under, like I said, it can be a joint partnership, it can be a PPP, it can be an agreement, contract agreement. So we are here to implement what we have been talking about in the NDP3s. Now we're in NDP4. So we are implementing what is in the theoretical part, what government has given as guidance. So this visit of the ambassador really has given us a complete insight, and we don't take it for granted. We have seen the Algerian president making it very clear on the media, saying he has instructed his ministries to cooperate with countries like Uganda.
Absolutely.
He has made it very clear.
Absolutely.
So we also know that our president has made it very clear that we should cooperate in intra-Africa trade.
Absolutely.
If we can't grow our trade base in the Africa Free Continental area as Africans, for Africa, by Africans, we need to understand why our presidents or heads of state are focusing on that part. Recently, they were in Addis Ababa for the APRM, the African Peer Review Mechanism.
Yes.
We need to understand how are we dealing with African countries. So the financing conversation we brought on the table. For example, if we get a letter of credit from a recommendable source from Algeria, why shouldn't a bank like Pearl Bank here,
Former
Post Bank, now it's the Bank of the Pearl, be able to interpret that LC and give probably an advance based on the LC, give the farmer, sort him out. You remember the ambassador was very clear on that. How are you sorting the farmer?
Yes.
The farmer has to be given their money, but real-time reconciliation. So we need to see those financing mechanisms also emphasized. As government is emphasizing on the tenfold growth, we need to be open and flexible to financing models. Letters of credit, bank guarantees, This is how the outside world is doing business. It's not a cash-based transaction every day. So it's a trust, it's a paper that I'm going to buy from you and I'm going to sell to you. So it's a journey. It has been now 5 years, entering another 5 years of this conversation. And we hope by 2030, when we talk about the achievement of SDG 2, which is zero hunger, we are talking about it with the metrics. So we are still on that journey since 2015. And now this is 2026. So hang in there, guys. It's 4 years to 2030.
Yes.
And we shall achieve those goals.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Any final remarks?
I wouldn't call them final. I would still always call them guiding remarks.
Guiding remarks.
Let's have a generation that is different. Let's harmonize the value chains. And it is also important to know that you should love your country and your neighbors. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Laban Msingus, the president of Flobeth Holdings Limited, which also gives birth to AgroFresh Uganda. Uganda is lobbying market for products that are on global demand. The nation of Uganda is privileged now to also be doing a production and farming of cocoa, coffee, and other fresh products. Some of the key target markets are the European Union, fellow African countries. We're here today at the AgroFresh facility in Kampala, Uganda, to look at the process through which these export items go through before they reach to the international markets. With me is one of the officials from AgroFresh. Welcome, sir.
Hello, welcome. I'm called Brian Sumba, and this is AgroFresh Uganda, a brand of Flobeth Holdings. And as we do quality assurance to see that we receive good product into our warehouse and dispatch good product out for export to other countries.
Which products are you dealing with apart from cocoa and coffee? Are there other items?
Right now we are doing coffee and cocoa, but then we plan to expand to pulses, to grain, okay, to do it with maize, beans, sorghum, soya, but that's on another scale that we shall expand to.
There are concerns many times that when demand is there, the capacity to sustain the demand, to feed it, is not there. That today you can say that, okay, you claim you have beef, you can have this. Are you able to satisfy our market and for this period of time? How sure is the international market or your capacity in supplying the international market is concerned?
Remember, Uganda has a very good weather system. We have 2 rainy seasons, so we are able to produce as much as we can. When you compare products like coffee and cocoa, we are there. We are there. With the Ugandan Robusta, with the Ugandan cocoa, we can be able to meet the demand and the supply that the international markets require, both on standard and also quality. Yes.
Or maybe you can go through us the explanations you said.
Okay. From us here at AgroFresh, we work with cooperatives and we work with farmers directly. We receive products from them. Before any supply comes within, the farmer makes a request to supply us. We have a digital export hub, which is online. So with the supplier, he will make a request and say, I'm ready to supply maybe 20 tons, 30 tons on our digital platform. We shall have that in our side. We shall receive his request and then we shall be able to work on it. Once we receive it, then we shall schedule for him to bring. Once his truck comes, we give him what they call an inlet gate pass, where we record the driver's name, the truck, and also what he has brought. From there, he will be allowed to go to the web bridge. From the web bridge, he will get what they call the gross weight. From there, he will be allowed to pack aside for us to get a pre-sample to see whether it's approved for it to be offloaded into our warehouse. Once the pre-sample is taken, me and my team will come inside there. Me and my team will come inside there to check mostly on the moisture content and also the quality of the beans, both cocoa or coffee. For cocoa, we shall recommend 9% going down. For coffee, we shall recommend 14%. In case that is FAQ, we shall recommend 14% going down. If it is for already screen coffee, we recommend 13% going down. Okay. Once those are checked and those qualities are checked, we shall allow them to now bring their truck forward for it to be offloaded. Okay. Once the truck comes, okay, it will park here at the offloading bay. Okay. We shall use our staircases for the truck to be offloaded. Okay. We shall remove bag by bag and we shall tally using our weight bridge. That's our small weighing scale. Okay. We shall put 10 bags and then we shall check their weights. And then we shall tally with the number of bags and also the weight. After that, we'll get what they call a goods receipt notice. A goods receipt note that we have received so much bags or so much kilograms from him. He'll go back to the weight bridge. Okay? Go back to the weight bridge to get his tier weight. For the tier weight, he'll get what they call a weight bridge note. That weight bridge note will be put against the GRN with the gate pass and also a quality analysis form that he has, like what we have received. How are the defects? How are how was the moisture? And we pay against that. And everything is now cleared. Now, when it's time for export, okay? When it's time for export, let me say we have received screen coffee or we have received already bag for power. We can put it aside here, then we will bag. We bag and then we stack. We stack and then we wait for a container to come. Maybe a container is going to China, it's going to Algeria, it's going to any other country. It will come. It will also first get what they call a gate pass, annual gate pass. Okay, they will take the container number, the driver's name, and also will also sign against it. So he will go to the weight bridge to get what they call the tier weight. From the tier weight, it will be allowed to come here to park. Okay, then we prepare the container. With the container, we have to put paper lining inside it. Okay, we have to put paper lining inside it. We have to fumigate it. Okay, and also we have to put LCL bags to protect the moisture. Bags will be loaded into the container. And we shall also tally to know the number of bags that have been loaded inside. Once everything is all clear, we shall have what they call a tally sheet, which our customers will receive. These are the number of bags that have been put inside your container and have been put in this number or in this format. Okay, so you receive that. We shall also get what they call a fumigation certificate.
For more than 10 years, Kebby International Group has been your #1 partner in tours and travel consultancy. We also do real estate, legal services, ICT services, and much more. Find us on kebbyinternationalgroup.com or write to us at info@kebbyinternationalgroup.com. You may also write to us at PO Box 35827 Kampala, Uganda, or visit us on Namaswahi off Entebbe Highway. Call us on +256 200937566 or +256 3948632 or 46. Or you can send us a plus on WhatsApp on +256 752 1375 66. Cab International Group, your #1 rail business partner.
Get a quality certificate. That's what they call a phytosanitary certificate. So those are some of the documents that we do give our buyers outside there to know that they are receiving quality products to their market. The container will be closed and the seal will be put, so that then the only person that's authorized to open it will be the buyer. So it will leave, it will go back to the web bridge to get its goods weight, and the tally will also show that we have put this, and also the web bridge shows this. So he'll get what they call a final packaging list and an invoice that shows these are the number of kilograms that are inside the container. That now goes to the logistics or shipping company for him to track his container to where it reaches. We are doing China 27 days. We are doing Algeria 56 days. So in that time process, we are in connection with the buyer to tell him that your product is reaching. And we are sending out quality product out of our warehouse with the standards that are met with Uganda. For example, I can give you the coffee department requires us to do a 7% defect level down, 12.5 moisture. That's what we are sending out. With cocoa, we are doing 8% down moisture. We're also doing 2% defect level. That is what we are sending out. So with our quality products, we're able to meet the standard that's required at site. With the European, we are able to have what they call a traceability system for the deforestation. We meet the standards that we know where our farmers are. In case there is any inquiry, we know where to trace them back. We know where to trace the cooperative. We know how to trace back our coffee or our cocoa where we have sourced it. So that each person is okay with our quality and with our standard.
Wow, incredible. So, is there already established markets that are persistent in terms of or picking orders?
We have bigger markets. Uganda's biggest market is Italy,
Oh,
but there are other markets that are now coming up. We have the Serbians, we have the Russians, we have now Africa itself with the Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, who are now requesting for our products because of our good quality.
okay.
Middle East too. So those are the markets that want to penetrate and enter, and we shall be able to supply the quality and standard that's required.
Can you share with us about your digital platform?
Our digital platform, we developed this because we came in to help Uganda as a market. Okay, we looked at it in the sense that the government had rolled out PDM for farmers, and farmers looked where they would sell their products. So we came in with a digital platform to help create market for the farmers, this especially, both on fresh food, both on meat and fish, both on cereals. Okay. So our digital platform operates in a way that we can register farmers onto there to sell their products, and also we can also register buyers on that same platform. A buyer can come online and sees what products are available, then he makes orders onto there. We have live markets for coffee and cocoa. We have also live markets also other fresh food, let it be fresh fruits and vegetables, let it be meat. We also have live markets that show at today's market is showing this price, plus or minus. So a person is able to book the product and we are able to process the order in real time. Yes.
And how is government supporting, or how are you cooperating with government to undertake this? Or is it purely private, or you have some kind of partnership with government?
It's purely private as per now, but then government intervention will come in the next phase. Right now, we're still trying to build capacity to show the government that we are able to provide Uganda's market for its products.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm now joined by Mr. Wadada Michael, the head of strategy, marketing, and impact at Probate Holdings Limited. Mr. Wadada, welcome to Talk to the World show of HICGI News Agency.
Pleasure. Publicity, as I've had nurtured
Nurtured,
to
wow.
know you.
Wow.
I am humbled and profoundly honored to be here, and I'll be grateful to speak to the world.
Yes. As part of public relations, marketing strategy, you've today successfully hosted a very high-ranking diplomat on the continent of Africa here in Uganda, His Excellency Amokrane. And what guarantee are you giving the Algerian people in case you get an opportunity to also export to their country?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a good question, but I will not hit the snake on the head.
Okay.
I will try to delve down right from where it starts from. The farmer is a person that speaks our heart and our mind. And the question that rings a bell in my mind when you ask me what guarantee do I have, it now begs another question, which is, who is the farmer?
Who is the farmer?
Where is the farmer?
Where is the farmer?
In the agricultural sector of Uganda. That is the question we are answering as AgroFresh. That by knowing who the farmer is clustered into three Number one is a large-scale farm. Number three, a medium-scale farm. And then the small-scale farmer. The three are all farmers who actually are involved actively in agriculture production. But to understand more about where they are, 3 to 4% are actually large-scale farmers. These are farmers who engage in large-scale production, enjoy economies of scale because they produce on a large scale. But their biggest challenge is they sell at a very, very low price. Number two is the medium-scale farmer. This one can access machinery, can do linkages to the industries, and grows to over 5 acres and above. But still, the challenge is they sell at a low price.
The price.
So meaning they do not break even. Now the final one, who is the most important one, is a small-scale farmer, who constitutes up to about 75%. I say the large-scale farmer constitutes 3 to 4%, the medium-scale about 12%, then the small-scale farmer about 75%. These ones grow from 1 to 5 acres already. These are the ones who they contribute up to about 60% of agricultural output because they are many in number. So they have the biggest contribution to the agricultural output. So this is who and where is the farmer is the question I'm answering. But to also saunter towards your question, the farmer or agriculture in itself produces about 53% of our exports.
53%
of our exports. Whatever Uganda exports, 53% of it is a product of agriculture. So meaning these three farmers in three clusters contribute up to 53% of our exports. Their contribution to our GDP is about 24%. Where am I delving into this? It is to now speak to your question, what guarantee do I have? The guarantee I have is that I know who the farmer is. I know where the farmer is. I know the contribution of the farmer. And as the doctors say, you do not administer treatment to a patient you have not diagnosed. As Agrofresh, I believe we have diagnosed the patient that the farmer is in our agriculture sector, in the power relations of our agriculture sector. For a person who contributes 23% to the GDP, has 53% of their produce going into export, I believe that is the person that we have spoken to and we are offering a solution. Then why this solution? Now I'm getting towards answering your question is priority. The guarantee I have for the Algerian market is that from 2013, my government has been engaged in key activities of bolstering production, firing up the farmer, giving the farmer the seedling, giving the farmer financial aid from whatever intervention programs that have been available to date, the latest one being the parish development model. Now, there's an interesting analogy about that. It's called a fire and forget. It is a military analogy. That when you're in the middle of war, it would be very stupid of you to fire and forget that the enemy you're firing at can actually retaliate and actually even retaliate harder. So in this case, our government has been firing up our farmers. And we believe that in a way, the government has somewhat forgotten the real consequences of massive production. In as much as within the SDGs, food security is core. We believe that as food security is core, we need now to engage into transformation of the farmer from now commercial farming to commercial farming, from subsistence production, from not only growing food for consumption, but also growing food for sale. So it is against that background that we guarantee the Algerian market, that we have the farmer, we speak to the farmer, and we have a system that converts the efforts of the farmer into the desired product, embedded on 3 parameters. quality assured, finance grounded, and finally market linked. As a student of economics, it is important to know that any business person who goes at the customer end consideration is bound to succeed. Understanding the customer need is very important. So that is what we want, and that is what we are offering, that we want to guarantee quality output. And on a process that is transparent, guarantees a win-win situation where we provide the quality product and you also expect to be paid at the end of the day. So why is this important? And why is the market system that we are providing in this innovative idea that we have as AgroFresh very key? It is very key because my farmer, I come from Sironko, a village called Safe, but my sub-county is called Uteza Town Council. We have 2 market days, Wednesday and Saturday. We are the hub of food crops, if I should say. We supply the Elgon, the whole of the Elgon sub-region, move into Bukedi sub-region, supply Teso, and even Kenya. But the biggest challenge has been my grandmother in Uteza, still on a market day, will sometimes carry as many basins as 15 and eventually fail to sell them, and will only manage to sell 3. And you'll have no problem carrying back the others because of, first of all, storage conditions. They don't store them properly. They are subjected to harsh weather conditions. And in that situation, these tomatoes, or rather cabbages, or rather onions and everything, will eventually get to, they'll get spoiled. You know, they are perishable. So that's why we are saying we want to convert that effort. My grandmother, who has grown her 10 basins, let them have good storage processes. What is branded post-harvest handling, so that if it is stored properly, she is guaranteed a ready market at a fair price. That is why we are answering the question, who and where is the farmer?
Katubanjulire kisa kya Mukama Cleaning Services tulongoosa peva, amategula, tiles, terrazzo, endabirwamu, sofa sets, emifaliso, bed covers, carpets, tuwoza engoye, landscaping, building renovation, fumigation, tulongoosa bank, ebizimbe binene, industrial buildings, hospitals, hotels, schools, n'amakanisa. Tusange ensambya kwa Ave Maria ng'okkirira ku Mubaraka mu maaso ga Haki Petrol Station. Essimu yaffe eri noti 755 35 93 59 ne noti 788 35 93 59 ku website www.kisachamkamacleaningservices.com ne ku social media platforms zonna Kisa kya Mukama Cleaning Services bazze tulongoosa.
Because the person who is actually doing the work, who is going to open the land, plant the seedling, look over, water it, apply all the herbicides and medicines and everything, that efforts need to be converted into a commercial benefit to that farmer. Because when you convert that farmer, you're guaranteeing a multitude of benefits. They can take care of their family, they can meet the basic necessities, and they can eventually, you can comfortably say that they have moved into the money economy, an economy where they are traceable, where instead of our tax body deepening the tax base to the small base of people that are earning, it rather considered is widening the tax base, right? So, in a nutshell, to answer your question, the guarantee I have for the market is that we know where the farmer is, we speak to the farmer, we have the systems, and we can guarantee them a quality product at a sustainable supply. How do you guarantee them a sustainable supply? As a society, as a Ugandan people, we are self-organized society. That's why when you move down in the respective villages, we have cooperatives. We have farmer groups organized together. We have adages in the local language that speak to coming together means realizing a goal all together with joint effort. So in that regard, we cluster the farmers accordingly. So we get to know that if it is my community, we have to identify which farmers are specialized in growing tomatoes, and we cluster them. Then we do bulking centers. Now the bulking centers are our pickup points for us to now collect and properly preserve these products as they are due for export. You saw when we were speaking to Ambassador, we showed him one of our trucks that has cold rooms. We have about 5 or 6 trucks across the country. Each one is stationed in a respective region to support in bulking some of these products. And you see, in the sense of it, we do capacity building to the farmers. The capacity building, so the farmer gets to learn that it's not about just planting and harvesting and waiting for the market day. No, I can actually very well store my tomatoes as guided and supported by AgroFresh, and then be able to actually earn what is worth my effort. So we are very cognizant of the sustainability plan, because if somebody offers you a contract to supply them, say for a month or 6 months or a year, it would be dishonorable of you not to honor your contract. So it is incumbent upon us. So the level, like the reason why I have tireless nights is because I want to make sure that the farmer is actually ticking their box and the off-taker is ticking their box. So meaning we are supporting the farmer. We have a seamless process of getting the output and converting it to a market-linked.
Yeah, as we prepare to wind up, you've just explained very well the guarantee and the way the farmer is, and that leads me to ask: is there any supportive empowerment plan for these farmers, just in case they're stuck? Because there's a difference between knowing where they are and what they're doing, but also being part of them. Because if you don't feed the cow, you cannot expect the milk. So empowering them, like guarantees on maybe capital for them, advising them on irrigation, even the mechanisms, insurance, all those things. Are you part of the empowerment process?
Okay, very good question. One, I want to start by saying that beads can only be called a necklace unless they are stringed up. Without them being stringed up, they will only be beads. So we are the necklace that is interlinked and intertwined to government intervention programs and stakeholders available. We are open to joint ventures, public-private partnerships, among others. Why is this? Because we know that we cannot walk this journey alone. We also know that the farmer is actually a key focus and attention of the government. In my preamble, I told you about government's effort from 2013 to date. You know the Operation Wealth Creation that to date is no longer mandated to actually now offer the fire, but offering the monitoring and evaluation mandate.
Oh.
Yeah, the Operation Wealth Creation no longer now does the giving of the seedling and everything. They have now been elevated to the level of doing monitoring and evaluation.
Wow.
How do I know this? Through seeking partnerships, speaking to them and saying, okay, here is what we have to offer. Here is what we want to partner with you. We want to, first of all, leverage your structures as a national recognized government agency in terms of reaching out to the farmer. 2, the parish development model is a government intervention program that speaks to the whole construct of the country. That's as of before the update, we know that we have over and above 77,000 villages that then culminate into 10,594 parishes, which culminate into 2,184 sub-counties, and eventually the 146 districts. This is the core blueprint of how the PDM was initiated.
Welcome to Princess Branding Services. Do you have a party, introduction, or you have lost a loved one and you intend to do burial branding? At Princess Branding Services, they do branding for baby shower, political rallies, and all kinds of celebrations and functions. Contact us for great and friendly, affordable prices. We will brand your t-shirts, capes, bottles, umbrellas, photos, bags, frames, and much more. Contact us on the number on your screen. +256 783 20 95 79 or +256 744 580326. Email princessbranding256@gmail.com.
We leverage a couple of partners. We partner with, there is a government scheme called the Uganda Agriculture Insurance Scheme.
Okay.
The scheme is out to support the farmer who are involved in both crop and livestock production. The scheme is out to support the farmer on mainly 3 parameters. And again, as I proceed, how do I know this? Through the partnerships I was telling you about. We get to know this information through partnering with key stakeholders. And in the essence of making sure that we create synergies that we now eventually support the farmer. So the scheme, the agriculture insurance scheme, supports the farmer on 3 parameters. Number 1, ensuring their loan, the agricultural loans they borrow. The scheme can support them in that aspect. 2, ensuring their expected yield. Right? And finally, ensuring their input cost. There are always technicalities around it, but it is a government scheme. It has been in place and it has a subsidy. That government subsidizes that for a farmer who is, say, the small scale farmer, like I told you, who contributes 75% of that farmer I told you about, the government contributes up to 50% of the expected premiums to them. And there's a rationale to it. So that is for the scheme. Then we have other key stakeholders that are private sector led that can actually offer finance services, advances to the farmers. We know that the banking sector, time and over again, has been very hesitant to actually extend loans to farmers. Why? Because of the risky venture that agriculture is. But we are telling them, no, there is the agriculture insurance scheme. Why don't we embed it into some of these loans and services so that the farmer has a bundled service that they can leverage and they are duly supported? What is the essence of this? Build resilience of the farmer. Because I do not want to lose my farmer who has been producing a quality produce to weather vagaries, to any other perils that are subjected to the farmer. I would want my farmer to be resilient enough. You know, the thing about insurance, or rather assurance, is that you can by avoiding to involve yourself or by adapting to the risk, you've actually taken up a way of dealing with it. But why not transfer it? Why not transfer that risk to somebody who can bear it and support you accordingly? That is the conversation we are having. Our core objective as Agrofresh, in as much as, yes, we want to have the farmer engage in fruitful production, like up the value chain, but also we want to make sure that there is a seamless ecosystem where the farmer is guaranteed speaking directly to the target market. If you speak to farmers all over, across the country, one of their biggest challenges is the market and lack of break-even. So,
Global Logistics Limited, your #1 customs clearing and forwarding cargo consolidation warehouse company. We do air shipment, worldwide sea shipment, transportation, tax consultation. Global Logistics Limited is a competent company specializing in logistics clearing and forwarding services. We have the necessary skills and resources and partnerships to tackle sizable projects to our clients' satisfaction. We are located at Mganzaraza Plaza near the entrance of Katwe, Kampala, Uganda. Call us on +256 779 634 328 or +256 701 784 648 or visit our website glovylogistics.com or write to johnglovy@gmail.com. Glovy Logistics Limited, your #1 clearing and forwarding company.
those are conversations we want to have. Prior, we used to have the World Food Program as a key of taker for especially farmers involved in maize production and everything. But these are off-takers who basically had a very, very grotesque monster-like payment scheme that you take my produce and tell me you're going to pay me in 90 days. For crying out loud, 90 days I have not earned money. How do you expect me to prepare for the subsequent season? So we are having conversations and saying, well, that is the question that we are answering also. We do not want to engage with off-takers that are going to derail our farmers. That's why we speak of conversion of rural effort from the farmers. So to answer your question, we speak and are open. Our business model is we are open to partnerships, to joint ventures, as long as the common interest or the common goal is that farmer. Has the farmer been supported in terms of capacity building? Has the farmer improved their agronomical practices? Is the farmer taken care of? Does the farmer know what to do? If my farmer is doing coffee production, does the farmer know the spacing that is required for his coffee plantation? Has the farmer taken the risk mitigation measures of planting windbreakers around his coffee plantation? If the farmer is planting maize, my kin and kith in the Elgon sub-region in Mbali have a tendency, when they're planting their maize, he will get about 15 seedlings and throw them in one pit. And you ask them, you're going to suffocate the seeds. You get, put 3 or 4 seedlings and you're guaranteed growth. But when you put 12, you will even lose everything because they're going to get suffocated. They're going to struggle for actually seeing how they sprout. So those are some of the capacity building processes that we look at. Early warning signs. We directly have a communication with the meteorological station. We get to know what is the weather forecast like, because we are in an era of climate change, and with climate change as being the major vagary, that's why everyone around is actually cautious about it. So if you're infested with drought, have you improvised with irrigation schemes? Have you tapped into the government irrigation scheme? So in that way, we now communicate and talk to the farmer, inform him, because the first step of capacity building is transferring knowledge. Once somebody is aware of a program, then now the subsequent question will be, how do I take advantage of it? Then now we walk the path all together. So ours is the business of walking the path with the farmer from the time they open up land to the time they harvest to the time they sell.
We're gonna put a pause to this conversation unless there is anything that you would like to close with. But we are grateful speaking to you.
I'm not yet to close. We are just getting started.
The conversation just started. I like that one.
The conversation is getting started.
Yes.
I am upbeat, I am geared up, and I want to implore everyone, every key stakeholder, that Agrofresh is out here to offer a solution that has been missing in the jigsaw for over time. It's about time we join efforts, have a firm and profound synergy to actually propel our country to greater heights. The 53% exports can grow higher up the ladder. The 23% contribution to GDP can grow higher up the ladder, as long as we appreciate and convert the rural efforts of our farmer who constitutes 75% of the farmers in this country. I thank you.
Talk to the World has been here at the Public Holdings Limited in Rubaga, Kampala, Uganda. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Until next time, my name is Steve Ondi, and nice to be with you, our doctor.
The Senior Citizens Talk is brought to you by Africa at Heart, Heal the Planet Global Organization, HICGI News Agency. Subscribe right now to get our latest updates sent every single Sunday. Don't forget also the Talk to the World show that is running every Thursday at 4 p.m. Subscribe here on YouTube and make your notification bell right here. HICGI News Agency. Visit us on HICGINewsagency.com and find us on all social media platforms, on X, call it Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. HICGI News Agency. Subscribe now.